the castle that sleeps through the storm. Tonight, there is a thunderstorm outside. Good. That means no one is going anywhere. No errands, no brave journey, no personal growth in difficult weather, no sudden requirement to become a better version of yourself while wearing damp shoes. Just heavy rain on old stone, deep thunder beyond thick walls, tall windows shining briefly with lightning, and somewhere inside an empty castle, a warm room where nothing needs you anymore. So close your eyes. There is no need to look at the screen. The screen has delivered the message. A storm is outside. You are inside. That is the entire system. And honestly, it is a good one. Behind your closed eyes, there is only darkness. Soft darkness. Quiet darkness. The kind of darkness that does not need to become anything quickly. Let the room around you become less important. Let the ceiling fade. Let the phone become a small distant object from a civilization that asks too much of people. After sunset, let the unfinished thoughts of the day stand outside the door with their useless paperwork. The storm can deal with them. For now, there is only the darkness behind your eyelids. And then, before any image appears, there is sound. Rain. Not gentle garden rain tonight. Not polite decorative rain. Heavy rain. Steady rain. Rain. Falling in thousands of soft impacts, far away at first, then slowly closer, as if the sound is finding its way through the dark. It touches stone, it touches glass, it touches ancient roofs and high ledges and wide silent courtyards. It falls without urgency, but with complete commitment. The rain has one job. It is doing it very well. Inside the darkness behind your eyes, a color begins. Gray, a deep storm, gray, soft at the edges. Then a cooler shade beneath it, almost silver. Then a dim blue-black, like the sky just before lightning. The color spreads slowly, first gray, then silver. Then a low, quiet light, as if the night itself has opened one eye and decided not to say anything. For a moment, everything is still. Then lightning flickers far away, not sharp, not frightening, just a pale white glow behind the clouds, briefly lighting the darkness behind your eyelids. For 1 second, there is shape. A tall window, then darkness again. Rain continues. Another slow breath, another low roll of thunder, far beyond the walls. And now the shape returns. The tall window becomes clear. It is narrow and high, set deep into old stone. Rain runs down the glass in long, uneven lines. Some drops move quickly. Some pause, some gather, together become heavier, and slide downward as if they have finally remembered gravity. Outside the window, the storm is everywhere, but inside, the air is still. No wind, no rattling shutters, no rushing through corridors, only rain outside, thunder far away, and the enormous quiet of a castle that has been. Standing for so long, it has stopped being impressed by weather. The stone around the window appears next. Dark gray blocks, worn smooth at the edges. Cold-looking, but not unkind. Ancient, but not threatening. The kind of stone that has held silence for centuries and become very good at it. A small light glows below the window. Amber, steady, a candle perhaps, or a lantern. It does not matter yet. The light touches the stone and softens it, gray stone, amber light, rain on glass, thunder beyond the walls. A simple arrangement, extremely acceptable. You notice that you are inside the castle now. There was no dramatic arrival, no gate, no bridge, no suspicious invitation, sealed with black wax. You are simply already inside. This is better. Administrative details can be exhausting. You are standing in a long hall. The ceiling is high above you, lost in dimness. The floor is made of old stone, smooth beneath your feet. On the walls, narrow windows rise toward the darkness, and rain moves down every pane like silver threads. The hall is empty, not frighteningly empty, peacefully empty, the kind of empty that means nobody is going to ask what you are doing here. A line of small lanterns rests along the wall. Their light is low and golden. Each one makes a small circle of warmth on the stone, and between those circles, the shadows are soft, not deep. There are no ghosts, no whispers, no secret footsteps, no dramatic portrait whose eyes follow you around the room, because frankly, that would be work, and this castle appears to have retired from that sort of thing. The rain continues outside, heavy and steady. A flash of lightning brightens the windows. For a moment, the whole hall turns silver. Then, the light fades, and the amber lanterns return. The thunder follows much later, low and slow, rolling somewhere beyond the towers. It is not sudden. It does not crack sharply. It arrives like the sky turning over in its sleep, far away and uninterested in you. The castle remains still. The storm stays outside. You begin to walk, not because you must, not because there is something to find. There is no mission here. You walk because the hall is quiet, and the lanterns are low, and the rain has already made every other option unnecessary. Each step is soft. The stone floor is cool beneath your feet, but not uncomfortable. Somewhere far inside the castle, there is warmth. You can feel it, not on your skin yet, but as a promise in the air. The hallway opens into a wider chamber. It might once have been a great hall, but tonight it is simply a large, quiet room with a roof that keeps out the rain, which is already more than enough. Tall windows line one wall. Heavy curtains are drawn aside, and the storm fills the glass. Rain falls in thick silver lines. Lightning glows behind the clouds, and the windows briefly become pale mirrors. For a moment, you see the room reflected. Stone pillars, dark wooden beams, a long table, chairs, pushed in neatly, old banners resting without drama against the walls. Then the lightning fades. The room returns to amber and gray. There is no wind here. The candle flames do not bend. The curtains do not move. The air inside the castle is perfectly still, as if the building has placed both hands gently around the room and said, "Not in here." Outside, rain. Inside, stillness. Outside, thunder. Inside, stone. Outside, the sky doing whatever the sky needs to do. Inside, absolutely no need to participate. You pass the long table. There is no feast, no assembly, no council of ancient kings waiting to give you a quest. Excellent. There is only a small lantern on the table, a folded cloth, and a shallow bowl catching the amber light. The bowl is empty. It has no opinion about this. You continue. At the far side of the hall, an arched doorway leads into a corridor. The corridor is narrower and warmer. The walls here are lined with old wood panels, dark and smooth. The scent changes as you enter. Rain and stone, old wood, faint smoke, and the quiet dust of a place that has been left alone, respectfully. The rain is softer here, filtered through distance and walls. You still hear it clearly, but now it is more like a blanket of sound around the castle. A steady surrounding hush, a hush made of water. The corridor curves gently. On one side, small windows look out into a courtyard. In the courtyard, rain falls straight down. No wind pushes it sideways. It simply descends, silver and patient, into a shallow pool between worn stones. The pool ripples constantly. Each drop makes a circle. Each circle meets another. The whole surface becomes a quiet pattern too detailed to follow. So you do not follow it. You only let it be there. Lightning flickers again, and for a moment the courtyard becomes blue-white. The stones shine. The pool shines. The rain shines. Then the light is gone. The courtyard returns to darkness and rain. Thunder rolls after a long pause. Slow, deep, distant. The castle accepts it. You move on. The corridor leads to a library. Of course it does. Every respectable castle has a library, even an empty one, especially an empty one. Books are very good at being left alone. The door is open. Inside, shelves rise from floor to ceiling. Dark wood filled with old books. Their spines are deep brown, faded red, forest green, and dusty gold. A few ladders rest against the shelves, but nobody has used them in a long time, which is fine. Not every book needs to be accessed. Some books are clearly here for atmosphere, and they are doing excellent work. The library has 3 enormous windows. Rain covers all of them. Beyond the glass, the storm makes the outside world unreadable. No landscape, no distant road, no village lights, only water, darkness, and brief, pale flashes of lightning. A fireplace burns at the far end of the room. Small, warm, steady. Not a dramatic, roaring fire. Not the kind of fire people stare into while making dangerous decisions. Just a useful fire. A fire with no ambitions. This is ideal. You step into the library. The room is warm, not hot, not heavy, just warm enough for the shoulders to lower a little, warm enough for the hands to soften, warm enough for the body to realize it does not have, to keep preparing for something. A chair waits near the fireplace. It is large, old, and deeply uninterested in modern design. A blanket rests over one arm. A small table beside it holds a candle and a cup of something warm. Of course it does. This castle may be empty, but it is not incompetent. You sit down. The chair accepts you completely. No comment, no adjustment, no request that you sit with better posture. The blanket is soft and heavy when you pull it over your lap. It smells faintly of cedar, smoke, and rain that never quite entered the room. The cup warms your hands. You do not need to drink it. Holding it is enough. Outside, rain covers the windows. A flash of lightning turns the raindrops silver. For one brief moment, every drop is visible. Thousands of tiny bright lines moving down the glass. Then the light fades. The room becomes amber again. The fire crackles once, a small sound, then quiet. The thunder comes later, rolling low behind the thick walls. You feel it more than hear it, a soft vibration somewhere deep in the stone, as if the castle itself is humming in its sleep. The castle is not awake, not really. It is keeping shelter. That is different and better. You sit for a while. There is nothing to read. There is nothing to solve. No hidden map falls out of a book. No secret passage opens behind the shelf. No ancient curse reveals a surprisingly detailed backstory. The books remain on the shelves. The fire remains in the hearth. The rain remains outside. A stunning lack of development. Very restful. After a while, the room begins to feel even slower. The firelight moves across the shelves. The rain moves down the glass. The thunder comes and goes with long spaces between it. The candle flame stands nearly still in the windless room. Stillness inside, rain outside, stillness inside, thunder far away. You can feel your breath begin to match the room. Not forced, not counted, just slower. A breath in with the rain, a breath out with the fire. The chair holds you, the blanket warms you. The castle keeps the storm outside. Somewhere beyond the library, the corridor waits. Not because you need to continue, because dreams are allowed to have more rooms. You place the cup back on the table and stand slowly. The blanket stays on your shoulders now, because this is a dream, and dreams understand. Logistics better than waking life. You leave the library. The corridor beyond is darker, but softly lit by lanterns set into the walls. The storm is quieter here. The windows are smaller. The rain becomes a distant, constant presence, like the sound of the world being gently erased. You pass a staircase. Wide stone steps curve upward into shadow. A narrow window, halfway up, catches a flash of lightning, and for a moment the staircase glows pale blue. Then amber returns. There is no need to climb quickly. There is no need to climb at all. But the steps are broad, and the lanterns are warm, and the storm has canceled all outdoor productivity, a rare act of mercy. So you go up, step by step, slowly. The stone is cool beneath your feet. The blanket is warm around your shoulders. The air smells of rain, stone, and the faint smoke from the library fire below. As you climb, the sound of rain changes. Lower windows gave you the sound of rain on glass. Higher windows give you rain on roof tiles. A deeper sound, a fuller sound. Water striking ancient slate. Water gathering in gutters. Water spilling from carved spouts. Into the dark. No wind, only vertical rain. The storm falls straight down, as if even the weather has agreed not to make this more complicated. At the top of the stairs, the corridor opens into a gallery. Long windows line the outer wall. Between them hang old paintings, dim and calm in the lantern light. You do not need to look closely. In fact, it is better not to. They are not clues. They are only shapes and colors, dark coats, pale faces, soft landscapes, a few horses, probably taking themselves too seriously. Lightning glows beyond the windows. For a moment, each frame shines. Then the room returns to gold. Thunder follows. Low, delayed, distant. The paintings remain unimpressed. They have seen weather before. You walk through the gallery slowly. The carpet beneath your feet is thick and dark, muffling every step. The air does not move. The lantern flames stand upright, small and steady. Outside, the rain continues. Inside, the castle becomes quieter with each room. At the end of the gallery, a narrow door stands open. Beyond it is a tower room, round walls, a circular rug, a small fireplace, a bed beneath a high window, a desk with a lantern, a chair facing the storm. The room is simple and warm, tucked high inside the castle, like a secret kept only for tired people. The window is tall and arched. Rain runs down the glass in bright silver lines. Every so often, lightning softly fills the whole window, revealing the outline of distant towers and rooftops through the rain. No wind shakes the glass, no branch taps the pane, nothing scrapes, nothing knocks, only rain, only thunder, only the old castle breathing quietly around you. You enter the tower room. The door closes behind you, without sound, not locked, just closed. There is a difference, and this castle knows it. The room holds warmth very well. The small fire burns in the hearth, casting soft orange light across the curved stone walls. The bed is made with white sheets and a dark blue blanket. The chair near the window is wide, low, and clearly designed by someone who understood giving up at the correct time. You sit in the chair first. Of course you do. There is no reason to rush, even resting. The rain fills the window. The fire fills the room. The thunder fills the distance. And you, for once, do not need to fill anything. Your hands rest, your shoulders lower, your jaw softens. Your eyes, already closed, feel even heavier behind the darkness. The inner image becomes clearer and slower. Gray-blue stormlight behind the eyelids, amber firelight beneath it, rain lines down glass, stone walls holding warmth, a chair by a window, a castle asleep through thunder. The story is becoming less like a story now. Good. Stories are useful at first. Then they should know when to leave. The rain continues. The fire continues. The castle continues. You do not need to continue anything. A flash of lightning passes softly behind the clouds. Behind your closed eyes, it becomes only a pale glow, not startling, not sharp, just a slow, white breath through the storm gray. The thunder arrives after a long pause, low and round, far away. It moves through the stone and disappears. The castle does not react. The fire does not react. The rain does not react. You do not need to react either. The chair is steady beneath you. The blanket is warm. The air is still. There is no wind. This matters. The storm has sound, but no chaos. Rain falls. Thunder rolls. Lightning glows. But inside, Nothing moves unless it is soft. Firelight moves, rainwater moves, your breathing moves. That is enough. After a while, you stand and cross to the bed, not because the story requires it, because the room has made the suggestion politely, and it seems rude to ignore such a good idea. The bed is cool at first, then warm. The pillow is soft. The dark blue blanket settles over you with a gentle weight. The window is beside you. Rain continues down the glass. The fire is low now, more glow than flame. The tower room becomes the whole world. No hall, no staircase, no library, no courtyard, only this room, this bed, this window, this rain. The castle is empty, but not lonely. The castle is old, but not sad. The castle is empty, but not unsafe. It has simply outlived the need to be busy, an admirable achievement. Outside, the storm keeps going. It does not need you. The rain knows how to fall. The thunder knows how to roll. The lightning knows how to appear briefly and disappear. The castle knows how to keep standing. The room knows how to stay warm. The bed knows how to hold you. Everything here knows what to do. You do not need to know. That is the whole point. The rain falls on the roof. The rain falls on the windows. The rain falls in the courtyard far below. It gathers in stone channels. It slips from ledges. It becomes silver in lightning, then gray again in the dark. The thunder is farther away now. Or perhaps you are farther inside. Either way, it matters less. The sound becomes rounder, softer, more distant. Rain, then fire, then silence, then rain again. A low glow of lightning, a slow roll of thunder. Then rain again. The castle sleeps through it. The castle sleeps through the storm. You can too. The images begin to soften. The window is still there, but less sharp. The rain is still there, but more like texture than sound. The fire is still there, but more like warmth than light. The bed is still there, but more like permission than furniture. There is nothing to follow now. No next room, no next clue, no next event. The story can continue without you. It has very little to do anyway. The castle will remain on the hill. The rain will keep falling. The windows will keep shining softly. The fire will lower itself into embers. The thunder will move farther and farther away. Everything is safe when you stop paying attention. The rain continues. The fire glows. The castle holds. Nothing to solve. Nothing to remember. Nothing to finish. Again. The rain continues. The fire glows. The castle holds. Nothing to solve. Nothing to remember. Nothing to finish. The darkness behind your eyelids grows deeper now. Storm gray becomes blue-black. Blue-black becomes soft darkness. Soft darkness holds the window. Soft darkness holds the rain. Soft darkness holds the warm room and the bed and the last small thought, loosening quietly. The rain continues. The fire glows. The castle holds. The thunder is very far away. The lightning is only a pale memory. The room is warm. The air is still. No wind. No urgency. No need. Only rain. Only fire. Only stone. Only rest. The castle sleeps through the storm. The rain continues. The fire glows. The castle holds. Again, softer now. The rain continues. The fire glows. The castle holds. The window fades. The fire softens. The stone darkens. The bed becomes weightless. The storm remains outside. The room remains warm. The castle remains safe. You do not need to picture it clearly anymore. You may let the window blur. You may let the rain become only sound. You may let the fire become only warmth. You may let the castle become only shelter. A safe place, a quiet place, a far place, a place where nothing has to happen anymore. The rain continues. The fire glows. The castle holds. Nothing to solve, nothing to remember, nothing to finish. The thunder is almost gone now. Not absent, just far, far enough to become part of the softness. The rain falls straight down in the dark. The fire lowers itself into embers. The castle stays still, and somewhere inside it, high in a warm tower room, you drift farther from the day, farther from thought, farther from the need to know what happens next. There is no next, only rain, only warmth, only the old stone holding the night outside. The rain continues. The fire glows. The castle holds. Again, the rain continues. The fire glows. The castle holds. Again, less to see now, less to hold, less to be. Everything softens, everything quiets, everything rests. And slowly, without needing to know when, you drift farther and farther into sleep.